Yanta pravesha mama vachamimam prasuptan sanjeevayata kila shaktidhara svadhamnam anyam shahasta charana shravana pagadim prananamo bhagavate purushaya tutyam katanchana smrute yasmin duskaram sukaram bhavet vismrute viparitam syat Shri Chaitanya namanitam. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our Srimad Bhagavatam class. By Krishna's mercy, we have completed 95 sessions. Today is the 95th session. So it's really auspicious that we are nearing 100. We started with the first canto, first verse. We are in the 9th chapter of the first canto. And last time we completed 40 and 41st verse. Today we will be doing the 42nd, which is the last prayer of Bhishma. Right? So before we start, this is the last verse of this prayer of Bhishma. But before we do that, we will take a short quiz on the last two verses. Last time we studied two verses, and one we couldn't study, but we read the translation. So every time the quiz would be based on the translations we read in the previous class. So today we will be covering only one verse. So next week the quiz will be only on 42nd verse, like that. Sometimes to complete, I may chant translation of 3 or 4 verses. So it is understood that you have to read the purport. All the four verses. So we may be not able to complete the purport of all the verses. I hope that is clear. So today we will start with 42nd verse. And but before that, a quiz on last time's class. Based on, so if you know the answer, please don't see the book. Don't see Bhagavatam or your notes. Keep it all closed. Is it okay? Yes, so that it will give me also confidence. Okay, first question. Why are gopis even more praiseworthy than Arjuna? Yes. Yes, more purified, loving service. You said exactly the same words. Prabhupada says. Thank you. Because their relation is more praiseworthy because of their still more purified, loving service. Thank you. Second question. There is something that Krishna gave the gopis, but he did not give Arjuna. What was that? Yes, Madhya.
Equality.
Can you elaborate?
He did not give Arjuna equal strength, but with the gopis, he was on an equal
yes, perfect. He did not award Arjuna equal strength, but the gopis, they became practically one with the Lord. They became equal, which is one with the Lord. And they had equal footing with the Lord. That's what you are saying. Perfect answer. Thank you. So, Bhishma, initially in his prayers, today is the last prayer they are taking, but in the initial prayers, he glorified Arjuna. But now he is beginning to glorify the gopis in the last verse. Why did he glorify the gopis? Yes.
Because he wanted the mercy of the gopis in the end of his life.
Can you say something more specific? Yes, wait, raise your hand if you know. Yes, you say.
So the Lord loves more the person who loves his devotees.
Yeah, because yes, Krishna is satisfied when pure devotees are glorified. That is the right answer. Yes, you are all right, but I wanted that specific answer. Thank you. Now, next question. If you know the answer, please raise your hand. Don't answer it out. Can you explain the system of Rajasuya Yajna? What exactly happens in Rajasuya sacrifice? Yes,
in Rajasuya sacrifice, the emperor sends the horse and whoever from the king.
Why does he send the horse? What is the statement made when he's sending the horse?
I'm claiming the emperorship.
Yes, to claim his supremacy he sends. Then?
Those who want to challenge can fight with him, and if they win.
So I'm just saying what is the system. So what happens? So then he sends the horse.
And
so then the other kings?
they either accept or they challenge.
Perfect. That is the system of rajasuya sacrifice. And one who accepts the challenge, then he has to do what? If the king accepts the challenge,
Yes, to fight.
he has to fight. And then what he has to do? Why he has to fight?
To challenge it. He has challenged it.
Challenge him, and then after challenging and fighting, what does he want to do by fighting?
To establish himself.
To establish his supremacy. Yes. And what happens if to the person who gets defeated in this? Yes, last one.
He has to die.
Yeah. Then he makes place for another king. Yes. Perfect.
What is the difference between Rajasuya Yajna and Ashwamedh Yajna?
I don't know.
I think this is what the Ashwamedh Yajna is.
I don't know. There must be some technical difference. I don't know. This sounds similar, no?
Yes.
I can try to find out, but I will forget. So you'll have to remind me over the week. I will find out. You can also find out from some other source. You can share. I'm supposed to ask question now. आप लोग question पूछेंगे then when will I ask? What do you ask us? We will ask. I'll take your questions. So what happened when Maharaj Yudhishthir dispatched his horse all over the world? What happened? Yes.
All the kings accepted his supremacy.
Yeah, they accepted Yudhishthir Maharaj leadership as the emperor of the world. Thank you. So there are two reasons why Rajasuya sacrifice cannot be performed in today's day and age. What are those two reasons? Yes, Mother.
It is too expensive. It incurs millions
Of dollars. Yes. Second,
Second is
कोई आंसर नहीं देगा.
we should have the priesthood should be
Available.
Expert.
Perfect. Expert. Yes, Haribol. Very good answer. It's millions of dollars expensive, and Prabhupada's priesthood is also not available. Perfect answer. Thank you. Amazing. So, what is the meaning of meditating on the when we say meditate on the Supreme Lord? We hear this many times in ISKCON. What does it mean when we say meditate on Supreme Lord? Yes, Palak Prabhu.
Meditating is to meditate on his form, on his fame, his name, and his characteristics.
His activities. Yes. Haribol. Thank you. Thank you. Perfect answer. Which verse of the Bhagavad Gita says that impersonal meditation is very difficult? Yes, Prabhu.
Chapter 9, 25.
9.25. No. Yes, Mataji. 12. No. 12.5. Yes. Mother, no. What is that verse? Anybody knows? 12.5 याद बोला आपने पर वो वर्ष क्या है वो क्लेशा something Krishna Sakta Chetasam Padbir Avapir हमने खुश कर दिया आज हरि बोल like dancing when somebody memorizes verses because I like to memorize verses तो अपने को अपना एक पार्टी पॉलिटिकल ग्रुप बनाने का इच्छा होता है verses memorizing group बनाने का बहुत इच्छा होता है She's prepared. You have memorized Bhishma's verses. Thank you. We'll just complete this. And then, so this is, yes. So that verse says it's very difficult to meditate on the Supreme Lord. Now, why is impersonal meditation, Prabhupada saying in the purport, why is it a waste of time? See, impersonal meditation bhi karte hain log. But why Prabhupada calls it as a waste of time? Wait, don't answer. Raise your hand if you know. Yes, no.
Desired results are not achieved.
Excellent. We go. Perfect. What advantages we devotees will have if we meditate on the personal form of the Lord? Yes.
The Lord is easily approachable.
Yes. So easy answer. If you meditate on the personal feature, then the Lord becomes very easily approachable. Yes.
We can attain it.
Yes, we can attain Him. Yes, we can easily attain Him. Because we are meditating on His personal feature. Which verse of the Gita confirms this? If you know the answer, you should not answer. You should raise your hand. Which verse of the Gita confirms that the Lord is easily attained? Yes, Palak Prabhu.
12.9.
Yes, excellent. Hari bol. Anybody knows this verse? Yes. Ata chittam. So you chant first time, we all repeat after you. Yeah, you lead us. Ata
Chittam Samadantu
Ata chittam samadatum
Na Shaknosi Mahistiram
naha shaknoshi mahi stiram
Apyasa Yogena Tato
yapyasa yogena tato
Mam Ichhaptu Savananjaya.
Mamichhaptum Dhananjaya. Krishna says, if you cannot meditate on my personal form all the time and practice Abhyasa Yogena, just practice remembering, meditating on me, then you will attain me. Thank you. Okay, last question for today. What is the meaning or what is the idea behind anthropomorphism? Prabhupada uses this in many places. Don't give complicated answer. Give simply what does it mean. Yes, Mithilanandani Mataji.
It means giving some human or emotion, form or something to a non-human thing, like an object or an animal or something like that.
Basically making, no, it's not complete answer. You're right. There's something more to it. What is anthropomorphism? Yes, Prabhu. No. किसी ने पढ़ा नहीं है anthropomorphism?
That's the last line.
Last line.
You wanted to ask me, but I checkmated you. I only asked you. And
The sentences before that mention
Yes.
that no human being, nobody can become God after that, and giving.
उसको नहीं, you are right. But if you उसको थोड़ा churning करेंगे ना, and also connect it with every other place where Prabhupada mentions anthropomorphism, then the simple answer of anthropomorphism is when we make this propaganda, Prabhupada writes here also in the purport, that some great man is God, or God is considered as some great man. So when we equate human beings with God, or God as human being, that is called anthropomorphism. अगर किसी को साथ preaching करना है, आपको impress करना है, तो आप word बोल सकते हो. If people say, अरे आप क्या हरे कृष्णा करते हो, then you can say, we're not anthropomorphists, we are bhakti yogis. बोले अरे भक्ति का बाद में समझो, पहले anthropomorphism क्या है बताओ. Okay, thank you. So now we'll complete the last verse. Before we chant the last verse, we can ask Radhini Radha Mata. Yes, Mother.
Guruji, something regarding this purport only. May I ask right now?
No, our Vrishali Mataji also had a question, so I've kept her on hold. So we'll take it up afterwards. But yes, Mataji, you can chant all the verses. We will not be able to repeat after you, just chant, and we will meditate on Lord Bhishma's prayers to Krishna.
Forgive me, but if I make mistake, I'll try my best. Shri Bhishma Uvacha Iti Matirupakalpita Vitrishna Bhagavati Shatvata Pungave Vibhumi Swasukhamupagate Kvachit Vihartum Prakriti Mupeyashiyat Bhava Pravaha Vibhuvanakamanam Samalavarnam Ravikaragauravaraambaram Dadhane Vapuralakakulam Vijaya Sakhena Tirastu Me Navadhya Yudhituragarajo Vidura Vishwa Kachalulita Shramavaralam Vitase Mama Nishita Share Vikutyamana Tvachivila Sattavache Stuteshnatma Sapadi Sakhi Vacho Nishamya Madhe Nijaparayo Balayo Ratam Nivesha Sitavati Parasai Nikayurashna Ritavati Partha Sakherati Mamastu Vyavahita Prithana
मुखं
निरीक्ष्य स्वजनवदाद्विमुखस्य दोषबुद्ध्या कुमतिमहरदात्मविद्ययायाश्चरणरति परमस्य तस्य मेस्तु स्वनिगममपहाय मत्प्रतिज्ञां वृतमधिकर्तुमवाप्लुतो रथस्थः धृतरथचरणो भयाचलद्भुन् हरिरिव हन्तुमिभं गतोत्तरीया चितविशिखहठो विशीर्णदंश शतज परिप्लुताततायिनो मे प्रसवमभिससार मत्पदार्थं स भवतु मे भगवान् गति मुकुन्दा विजय रथ कुटुम् आगतोत्रे धृतः रश्मिनितश्रिये शनीये भगवती रतिरस्तु मे मुमूर्षो यमिह निरीक्ष्य हतागता स्वरूपम् बलितागतिविलास बल्गुहास प्रणय निरीक्षण कल्पितो रुमाना कृतमनुकृतवत्य उन्मधान्धाम् प्रकृतिमगन् किल यस्य गोपवर्मा मुनिगणनुपवर्य सङ्कुलेन्त सदसि युधिष्ठिरराजसूय येषाम् अर्हणमुपपेद ईक्षणीयो मम ऋषिगोचर एष आविरात्मा.
Wait, what we'll do, the last verse, now you chant the first two lines and we'll repeat because today we have to cover that. Yes.
तमिममहमजं शरीरभाजं हृदि स्थितमात्मकल्पितानां
तमिममहमजं शरीरभाजां हृदि आत्मकल्पितानां
प्रतिदिशमिव नैकधार्गमेकं समधिगतोऽस्मि विधूतभेदमोहा
प्रतिदृशम् इव नैकदार्कमेकं समधिगतोऽस्मि विधूतभेदमोहा.
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम राम.
Jai Hari Bol. Thank you so much. Beautiful that you memorized these verses and you transported us to the battlefield of Kurukshetra where Bhishma is offering prayers. So all of you, if you cannot memorize, no problem. At least read the translation and make your own translations. In the sense, it should carry your voice. That is the whole idea. You know. So we can always memorize these verses, even if not the Sanskrit, but in English we can memorize. The idea is not memorizing the words, not the letter, the spirit. So thank you so much for this wonderful service. So now that you read, you can also do the translation and purport today. आज के शाम आपके नाम चलो. Translation, can read. Yeah. The last verse, very important verse. This is actually the conclusion of his prayers. So we'll spend some time on this.
Hare Krishna. Now I can meditate with full concentration upon that one Lord, Shri Krishna, now present before me, because now I have transcended the misconception of duality in regard to his presence in everyone's heart. Even in the hearts of the mental speculators, he is in everyone's heart. The sun may be perceived differently, but the sun is one.
Yes, can you read the purport also, please?
Lord Shri Krishna is the one absolute supreme personality of Godhead, but he has expanded himself into his multiplicary portion by his inconceivable energy. The conception of duality is due to ignorance of his inconceivable energy. In the Bhagavad Gita 9.11, the Lord says that only the foolish take him to be mere human being. Such foolish men are not aware of his inconceivable energies. By his inconceivable energies, he is present in everyone's heart, as the sun is present before everyone all over the world. The Paramatma feature of the Lord is an expansion of his plenary portion. He expands himself as Paramatma in everyone's heart by his inconceivable energy, and he also expands himself as the glowing apparatus of Brahma Jyoti by expansion of his personal glow. It is stated in Brahma Samhita that the Brahma Jyoti is his personal glow. Therefore, there is no difference between him and his personal glow. Brahma Jyoti, or his plenary portion as Paramatma. Less intelligent persons who are not aware of this fact consider Brahma Jyoti and Paramatma to be different from Shri Krishna. This misconception of duality is completely removed from the mind of Bhishma Dev, and he is now satisfied that it is Lord Shri Krishna only who is all in everything. This enlightenment is attained by the great Mahatmas or devotees, and as it is stated in Bhagavad Gita 7.19, that Vasudev is all in everything, and that there is no existence of anything without Vasudev. Vasudev or Lord Shri Krishna is the original Supreme Person, as now confirmed by a Mahajana, and therefore both the neophytes and the pure devotees must try to follow in his footsteps. That is the way of the devotional line. The worshipable object of Bhishma Dev is Lord Shri Krishna as Parthasarathi, and that of the gopis is the same Krishna in Vrindavan as the most attractive Shyam Sundar. Sometimes less intelligent scholars make a mistake and think that the Krishna of Vrindavan and that of the battle of Kurukshetra are different personalities. But for Bhishma Dev, this misconception is completely removed. Even the impersonalist object of destination is Krishna as the impersonal Jyoti, and the yogi's destination of Paramatma is also Krishna. Krishna is both Brahma Jyoti and localized Paramatma. But in Brahma Jyoti or Paramatma, there is no Krishna or sweet relation with Krishna. In his personal feature, Krishna is both Parthasarathi and Shyam Sundar of Vrindavan. But in his impersonal feature, he is neither in the Brahma Jyoti nor in the Paramatma. Great Mahatmas like Bhishma Dev realized all these different features of Lord Shri Krishna, and therefore they worship Lord Krishna, knowing him as the origin of all features.
Excellent, thank you. So this is, before we discuss this purport, just want to once again acknowledge and appreciate the fact that all of you actually read the purport and come. It is obvious because almost all the questions every time, last time also it happened, you are able to answer. So that is very encouraging for a teacher and somebody who is studying and is also reading and coming. Thank you very much. So this purport is also very beautiful. And this is the last prayer of Bhishma. And Srila Prabhupada begins the purport by answering this very, very important question, which many people have. Or, why people consider Krishna as like ordinary human being? Not everybody considers Krishna as God. So that question, which commonly comes up, Srila Prabhupada answers in today's purport by quoting this famous verse from the 4th chapter, 4.9. You can repeat after me. Avajananti mamudha manushim tanumashritam param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Krishna says, Avajananti mamudha, foolish people don't know me. Manushim tanumashritam. When I come in human form, they deride me, they don't understand me. Param bhavam ajananto. They don't understand that I have a transcendental nature. And they don't also know that Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram, I am the Lord of everyone. See, this is so clear, very clear this verse. And Krishna is calling them as Mudha because they are not aware of Krishna's inconceivable energies. Which means basically, most people in this world, they see God as different from world, isn't it? Like you'll see most people consider God as different and the world as different. And some people, they see this world as God. There's some impersonalist people. They don't see God as having a separate existence. Are you getting this? Some people see God is separate from this world and this world is separate. Some people see this world is God and they don't consider only God's existence. So Bhakti Yoga practices are the ability to harmonize both realities. See, like Christians and Muslims, for example, unfortunately, they are trained to believe that God, they'll accept God as a person. But they will say that this God has nothing to do with this world. He is like separate from this world. And there are impersonalists in the Hindu tradition who will say this world is God, there is nothing more. So, or semi-spiritualists also. They say nature is God. Have you seen this? This nature is God. Beautiful nature. They'll go to forest, they'll meditate, they'll say nature is God. We also say nature is God, but we also know another reality. This nature, behind that beauty, behind that soft and gentle touch of nature, Mother Nature, there are also deathly claws. In that forest where you are meditating and seeing the beautiful sunrise and nature, you will see a frog eating a worm, snake eating a frog, every animal fearful of another animal, jivo, jivasya, jivan. That reality is also there. So we understand this is not everything. There has to be another existence also. So like that, and you're not extremely fanatic that okay, this world is all bogus, God is only there. No, God is here also. So this is basically spiritual life basically means to remove this illusion. See, the vision, material vision is when we see this world as everything, or we see God as separate from this world. Both are material vision. So then let us say we are ignorant of these energies of Krishna. Krishna is present in this world also. But if you are ignorant of all these energies of Krishna, so then what happens when we do that? Like when we are ignorant of Krishna being present in this world, then we get trapped by what Prabhupada explains today, a conception of duality, dvanda. Duality is how we are all living in always duality. So basically, duality, can you give an example of what is the meaning of duality? हमेशा दो चीज में हम रहते हैं. Dvanda, example of duality.
Confused. Whether to for any, if we see something good in this, we also see the bad thing in that only.
Correct.
Always contradictory things are
Correct.
there in the same.
We always see two things. Duality. So simple example of duality is opposites. Misery, happiness. This is an example of duality.
Sun and shadow.
Hot and cold. Light, darkness. Famous, infamous. This is an example of duality. King and beggar. This is like fat, thin. Right? Night, day. Happy, sad. Love, hatred. Like, dislike. So all these dualities are constantly existing in material world. And all these dualities exist root because we are unable to see Krishna all the time. When Krishna vision is gone, then we immediately start getting trapped by dualities. And we are unable to see Krishna expand himself. See, there are two ways Krishna expands. Prabhupada writes here. First, he expands as Paramatma in everybody's heart. He is there. And also his glowing effulgence as Brahma Jyoti. So, the Paramatma, that Paramatma feature of Krishna, that is his inconceivable energy. And that Brahma Jyoti, that effulgence, is his personal glow. So, Brahma Samhita, there is a very famous verse that there is no difference between the effulgence of Krishna and Krishna. It's all coming from Krishna. Famous verse, anybody remembers? Yasya prabha prabhavato jagadanda koti shashesha vasudhari vibhuti binnam tad brahma nishkalam anantam ashesha bhutam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So all this material creation, everything that's coming out is like it's kind of an effulgence from the Lord. ये पूरा भगवान से आया है सब. The sunshine is also, the sun is seen as sunshine. Similarly, God का जो Brahman effulgence है, that is his first way he comes, he appears. But he also enters as a Paramatma in our heart. So therefore, and we have to learn to see God in all these features. Brahman, Paramatma, and also his identity as Bhagavan. Bhagavan to hai hi wo, but he expands as Paramatma and Brahman also. So the very famous example which Srila Prabhupada also often quotes is that sun and the sunshine. Sun is there as a person, as an entity. But we experience sun through sunshine. But if you have a very high class telescope and we see the interiors of the sun, then we get better vision of the sun. And somebody may actually go to the planet sun and meet Mr. Vivaswan, the president of Sun Planet. That is like even more, that person knows the first and second level of knowing also. One who knows the sunshine will not know what the second person knows. Second person knows what the first person knows, plus he has some extra knowledge. But the third person who meets Vivaswan, he has experience of the first two people also. Similarly, God is experienced in this world as God's shine. Means the nature, what we are seeing everywhere, sunshine, seasons changing, all of that is like Lord's energy. That is one way of experience, understanding God. Some people, they meditate on the Lord as Paramatma in the heart. And they connect to the Lord in the heart. That is Paramatma meditation. And some, by connecting with the deity form, the personal form, they actually go to the Lord's abode. They connect with Krishna. They understand Krishna and his personal features. So they have experience of both Brahman, Paramatma, and they also have Bhagavan. Are you getting this example? Is very common. So also on another occasion, Srila Prabhupada gave the example of a small village in India where nobody had seen train. And there was an announcement that train is coming. So everybody went to the outskirts of the village to see the train coming. So from far, when the smoke of the train came and the sound came, one villager said, I have seen the train. By seeing this smoke and the sound, I have understood the train, and he left. The second person said, let me wait for some time. He waited. And the train actually came inside and he saw the train, 12 bogies. It has doors and windows also. He saw that. And then he said, now I have seen the train. And he went there. The third person waited more. When the train stopped, he entered the train. Then he saw, so the bathroom bhi hai, fan bhi hai, light bhi hai, seats bhi hai, first class hai, second class hai. Aap log bhi baithe andar. So he saw more. So the third person had realization of the first and second also. Person had the realization of the first person. The first person had, so all three of them were, the first and second were not wrong in their description of train. They were just incomplete. Third was most complete. Similarly, when people understand about Brahman, when they say nature is God, everywhere there is God, they are not wrong. They are right. That is incomplete. Then the second Paramatma realization is more than Brahman. They understand God is everywhere and they also learn to see God in the heart. But Bhagavan realization is when we actually connect to Krishna as a person and have a relationship with him. Then you get complete understanding. Another example Srila Prabhupada gives us of a mountain. When you see the mountain from far, it appears as simply some structure. But when you go closer, you see, acha, it has trees. Oh, there is some fountain coming, falling. There are bushes. But when you actually enter the mountain, you see, oh, there are animals also here, and then you will get more complete understanding of the mountain. So that's how we understand God. At our IQ level, the best example we can take for Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan is Gulab Jamun. Somebody who has never tasted or heard about Gulab Jamun is called. You call him to your house. I'm going to feed you Gulab Jamun. He says, okay, I don't know what is Gulab Jamun. He comes to your house. And as he enters, fragrance. So we understand. I know what is Gulab Jamun. I समझ गया Gulab Jamun. Gulab Jamun is so fragrant. Its aroma is so good. That's all. That is his understanding of Gulab Jamun. The second person, he has more understanding because he's understood the fragrance of the Gulab Jamun, but then he touches the Gulab Jamun. Arey, ye to garam hai, soft hai. और blackish brownish है. I can see you are salivating. Gulab jamun is. So I realized तो बहुत अच्छा बना है. But that is also incomplete understanding. The complete understanding of gulab jamun is when you actually put it on your tongue and you taste it. और एकदम warm रहना चाहिए ना gulab jamun, taste it. And then you taste it, you understand already that the person who tasted the gulab jamun has complete Bhagwan realization. He has understanding of Brahman and Paramatma also. He understands what the first person understood and the second person understood. So similarly, so when we have that understanding of Krishna, then there will be oneness. Then we will always be happy in this world. We will be able to appreciate all religions. We will be peaceful. We will be comfortable in our skin. We will be able to see Krishna in every aspect of our lives. We will be able to see Krishna in Sukha Dukkha. And we will be able to be compassionate to others. And even though life will be traumatic, problems will happen, but still we are one with the Lord. So that's the whole idea, journey of Bhagavatam and Krishna consciousness is how we can become free from these misconceptions of duality and go from Brahman, Paramatma to actually the Bhagavan realization. And less intelligent people who are not advanced, they consider Brahma Jyoti or Paramatma, they all consider this as separate from the Bhagavan feature. They don't understand that all are same, coming from the same Lord. And Bhishma Dev did not have this misconception. That's why even on a bed of arrows, he is satisfied. He is able to see Krishna as all in all. He is able to see Krishna as everything. And that is the realization of great souls, which Prabhupada also quotes in today's verse. He says, Vasudeva. Everybody knows that verse? Famous verse? Which Prabhupada quotes here, 7.19. Bahunam janmanamante. Can you repeat this? Bahunam janmanamante. Jnanavan mam prapadyate. Vasudeva sarvamiti. Sa mahatma sudurlabha. So one who is really advanced, after many, many lifetimes, he realizes that Vasudeva sarvamiti. Krishna is everything. Such a person is very, very rare. And that is what Prabhupada says, that is the way of devotional line. Which means Bhishma is one of the 12 Mahajanas, so we should try to follow his footsteps. That is the meaning of devotional line, being in the devotional line. And Bhishma Pitama is completely free from this misconception that Krishna, this is one misconception. The other is, even in Krishna, then there are people have misconception. Oh, Krishna, Battle of Kurukshetra is different. Krishna, Vrindavan is different. So Bhishma has no misconception. He says, hey, same Krishna. It is very important for us as we are growing in our spiritual life to see oneness. Otherwise, we'll end up fighting. Hey, mera mandir hai, mera guru hai, aapka guru alag hai. It can happen even amongst devotees. Like in Christian traditions, there have been major crusades and wars between different groups of Christianity because of the debate whether in the heavenly planets, there is one group which says in the heaven, when we go, all the residents of heaven, they have 11 fingers extra. The other group says no, only 10. Uske upar jagda mara-mari hua hai. They've killed each other. And of course, not just Christians, even in Sri Vaishnava, for example, in Vaishnava Sampradaya. In Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, they have this tilak ke upar bahut bada difference. So there are these two groups there in Sri Rangam, even in Melkote. वो elephant का, वो कौन सा तिलक लगाने का, उनका एक U shape रहता है, एक V shape रहता है, ऐसा उसके ऊपर इतना डिबेट हुआ है, इतना फाइट हुआ, court cases, they have spent lakhs of rupees, crores of rupees on court cases. So the duality exists. Like I have a very close friend who is from Jain background. Now in London, in UK, the Hindus, they are kind of united. Even Jains, Swaminarayan, Hare Krishna, everybody is like more or less Indian origin, they're all together, Gujaratis. But they're also, and they have understanding that, अरे ठीक है तू Indian से शादी कर रहा है, खुश है, they are happy. But even there, the duality is so deep rooted. Like, many places they say, we have told our children, because they go to British schools, they interact with British friends. So they say, शादी किसी से भी करो चलेगा, but घर पे BMW मत लाना. That is a rule in every Indian family in UK. And even in America, they say, BMW घर पे नहीं चाहिए. All children know from their parents. BMW means you should not get married to a black, Muslim or a white. कोई इंडियन से शादी करो चलेगा. तो क्योंकि उधर things can go crazy, but still there one of my students initially when I went to Bhakti Shastri, so he got married. He's from jail background. Jail में भी ना there are two groups, and within that one group there is some wo. So he's from that particular group, and he fell in love with another Jain girl, and they wanted to get married, but her parents and his parents opposed because she's not from that subsect. उसके ऊपर इतना झगड़ा हो गया they had to run away from home, and बहुत बड़ा ड्रामा मूवी का जैसा हो गया. मैंने कहा यार इसमें भी इतना duality, इतना differences. So most religions except Sanatana Dharma are founded on duality, that we are different, God is different. But our Gaudiya Vaishnavism teaches us to see God in his personal feature also, to see God in this world also, to see God in the heart also as Paramatma. So in Krishna, see, we have to see like this. Our training is to see Krishna is same at this world, and Krishna is also different. He is same because, see, Brahma Jyoti and Paramatma are coming from him. Brahma Jyoti, Paramatma are in him. But in Brahma Jyoti and Paramatma, there is no sweet relationship with Krishna. वो नहीं है. And we want a sweet personal relationship with Krishna. That's why Krishna is not part of this. When we go back to spiritual world, there is no Paramatma there. Paramatma is only in material world. So ultimately, we as devotees know everything is Krishna, but still we are attracted to the personal feature of Krishna, because in Krishna there is rasa, there is this sweetness, there is this mellow, there is this exchange. That is the right word. Exchange is the right word. And last time that's why we spoke about gopis. They exhibit the highest kind of exchange. And these four features which Prabhupada talks in today's purport, Parth Sarathi, Vrindavan Krishna, Brahman, and Paramatma. These are the four things Prabhupada is talking in today's. So we devotees, we can reconcile all the four. In his personal feature, Krishna is both Parth Sarathi and Shyam Sundar of Vrindavan. And in his impersonal feature, is Brahma Jyoti and his Paramatma. So therefore, what we do is, we worship Krishna with one-pointed devotion, as knowing that he is the origin of both. The impersonal feature also, and also the personal feature, like that. So our goal is, as devotees in ISKCON, we acknowledge Krishna is there in every living entity as Paramatma, but we want our relationship with him as Shyam Sundar, Nandanandan, like that. So now I want to briefly share, okay, all this is understood, but how I in my day-to-day life, how I can learn to see Krishna in my day-to-day life. How can I see Krishna everywhere? We want to also practice that, right? So I will share 4 points that I learned from one Mataji, Prabhupada Priya Mataji. I was watching her lecture and she explained very nicely how we can see Krishna everywhere. This is based on a very beautiful conversation Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had with Ramananda Rai. You will find this in the 8th chapter of Madhya Lila, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai are asking questions, they're having discussions. It's a long chapter. We don't have time to discuss it in detail. But I'm directly jumping into 268th verse. Thoda sa bypass kar diya. The whole discussion I'm avoiding. But at one section, Ramananda Rai says, he understands this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually Krishna. So he says, who are you? I sometimes see you as sannyasi, but now I'm seeing you as like a coward boy. You know, sometimes I see you as a golden doll. Like he's seeing Radharani also. He's seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, sannyasi. He's seeing Krishna also. Then I see golden luster in your body. And sometimes I can see you holding a flute in your mouth. So, and who are you? Tell me. Like that he says. Basically, he's able to see Krishna in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu downplays the whole thing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Prabhu kahe Krishna tomar gada prema hoye, premera swabhava jani ya nischay. Mahaprabhu says, see, the problem is you have deep love for Krishna. You have so much love for Krishna that wherever you see, you are seeing Krishna. So Mahaprabhu doesn't say that I am actually Krishna. So like that, Mahaprabhu downplays it. But then we see that discussion, there are 4 ways we can see Krishna everywhere the Lord establishes. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The first way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu declares after some discussions, he says, Stavara Jangama Deki Na Deki Tara Murti Sarvatra Hoye Nija Ishta Deva Spurti. This is the first way we can see Krishna everywhere. Mahaprabhu says, an advanced devotee is he who will see movable and immovable things. Stavara Jangama Deki Na Deki Tara Murti. He doesn't see them externally. He sees them as an energy of the Lord. So the first way we see Krishna everywhere is we learn to see Krishna's energy everywhere. And the example Srila Prabhupada gives, anybody knows from the Bhagavad Gita, how where Bhagavad Gita explains everything is an energy of the Lord. Rain, water, fire, air, ether, Bhumirapo, Nalo, Vayu, Kamano, Buddhirevacha, Ahankara, Iti, Amme, Pinna, Ashtada. Thank you. The earth, water, fire, air, these are all external energies, they are elements. And even in Brahma Samhita, it is explained, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanina Santa Sadeva Hridayeshu Loken. So we are supposed to be training ourselves. Whatever we see, we should be able to remember Krishna and see that this is an energy of Krishna. And the famous verse of the Gita, Rasoham Apshu Kaunteya, Prabhashmi, Shashi Suryaya, Pranava Sarva Vedeshu. अरे आप सब पंडित लोग हैं, अरे बहुत आज तो everybody is chanting shlokas today. Wow. Yes, there are two main energies of Krishna, material and spiritual. 7.4 is this which you chanted some time ago, Bhumi Rapo Nalo Vayu. Krishna said they're all material energies. But Krishna also says, besides this, there is another superior energy, which is 7.5. The next verse, where Krishna says, Apareyam mitastvanyam prakritim viddhime param jiva bhuta mahabhavo yedam dharayate jagat. So there Krishna is saying that other than all this material energy, there is a superior energy. That is the living entity. So everything we see in this world is a combination of these two. Material and spiritual. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, and the living entity, they come together. That combination is what we see in this world. So how to see Krishna everywhere? This is the first way. See everything as an energy, as a combination of material and spiritual energy. Like simple example, application of this is, if you see a painting, this painting, and I see, I immediately recognize this as a painting by my friend Haridas Thakur. He's a brahmachari in our temple. Wow, he's such a good painter. So when I see good painting, this painting reminds me of Bhaktivedanta Thakur also, and also the devotee was painted. When you see a beautiful painting, we remember the painter. Like you see a book, nice book of Prabhupada, then you remember the author. See, the author is present in his book. The painter is present in his painting. And when you see the system, the way this world works, the management, the transportation, we see that there is some person behind it. When we see the law of karma, there is a person, there is a system happening. Then we remember the person. Like you see these roses they make out of paper. Okay, there is a painting of a rose. It has only color. But still we know that somebody has painted it. And sometimes people make a rose out of paper. It has more dimension than a painting. It has form also, not simply color. But still we know somebody has made it. And a real rose has more features than a painting of a rose and the paper rose. It has not only, it has fragrance and also taste. Taste also it has. See, painting, we can see. The paper rose you can touch. But it has no fragrance. But a real rose has fragrance, it has taste. And then we say, oh, real rose has come by nature, come by chance. But we see painting, we know there is a painter. So the point is, so when we learn to see everything of an energy of the Lord, this is the first way we can see Krishna everywhere. Krishna either directly or indirectly by this system. And the way seasons change, now is winter season, now summer season will start. Birth, death, old age, disease, all this energy means there's an energetic source. There is one way of seeing Krishna. There is a second way of seeing Krishna, which Mahaprabhu continues in his discussion with Ramananda Rai in verse 275. He quotes this verse from the Bhagavatam 11th canto, which says that a devotee He sees everyone. Sarva bhuteshu yaha pashyet bhagavad bhavam atmana bhutani bhagavad atmani esha bhagavatottama. Who is the topmost devotee? Mahaprabhu says, one who can see the Lord in the heart of all living entity. Which means when we learn to see the super soul in others' heart. In our social interactions, like when you're interacting with someone, if you see, oh, there is Krishna in this person's heart, I should not offend, or I should be respectful, or this person is, there is Krishna. Like when I'm distributing books, this is how we pray. Krishna, you are there in his heart. Please let him take the book. We pray like this internally as well externally, pitching the book. So that way we are connecting. That's why we are seeing Krishna. So Krishna is there as Paramatma in the heart of all living entities, including your pet, dog, cat. Everywhere Krishna is there. There is also a famous verse in the Gita which confirms this. 18.61. Ishvara sarva bhutanam riddeshe arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra rudhani maya. Krishna says, I am in the heart of every living entity. I have the super soul. So Krishna is directing, protecting, inspiring, guiding all of us as Paramatma. So this is the second way of seeing Krishna everywhere. If you see beautiful nest, I think I told this once when I joined the ashram, we were all given hangers to hang our kurtas, and hangers disappeared after some days. We used to dry our clothes in the open area. And after many months, I saw there was a badam tree in front of our temple. On top branch of the tree, there was a beautiful nest made by the crows, and the entire nest was made of the hangers. When did the crows come, collect the hangers? They don't have engineering skills. They didn't study in IIT Bombay engineering. How did they do this? That means it is super soul is directing them. It is inbuilt. They know it. How do the bees make beehives? There is monarch butterfly, which from North America goes to central Mexico. But 8 generations pass. It leaves from one branch of a tree and goes. And then on the way, it meets another butterfly. They get married, they have children. Then they continue the journey. The children continue the journey. They go to Mexico, they come back. And the 8th generation of that butterfly comes back exactly to the same branch of the same tree from where its ancestor had left. So while before dying, that वो बोलता है बेटे को बेटा हमारा घर उधर है उधर ही जाना वो आगे जाता है. So who is directing them? There are many examples actually. If you go, that will be another class only. It's very fascinating how Paramatma, how Super Soul is directing, protecting, guiding. So this is all a dictation of the Super Soul. And we as human beings, all of us, we have independence and free will. So unlike birds and animals, we have a habit of overriding the dictation of the Super Soul. We don't obey the Super Soul. That's why we make bad choices, because we give too much importance to. See, animals, they just go by their. They eat what they are supposed to eat. They mate what they do basically what they are supposed to do. They raise their babies also naturally. So humans do unnatural things, irresponsible things, self-harming things, right? We do all of this because we have a free will and we misuse it. So we don't know how to use our free will, so we don't hear Krishna's voice. That we are disconnected from the Super Soul. Therefore, we need education of scriptures. Basically, we need 3 things: Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. So we need to take instructions from Guru externally. We need to study Shastra, and we also need to connect, to be prayerful. So this is the second way of seeing Krishna everywhere. Is that clear? How? What is the first way of seeing Krishna? Energy. Material and spiritual energy ka combination. Everything is an energy of the Lord. What is the second way of seeing Krishna? As the Paramatma in every living entity's heart. So when we are offering obeisances, Pranam Hare Krishna, we are actually offering respect to the Paramatma in the heart of that person. See, even if you don't respect the person, you can see the Super Soul in that person's heart. Ideally, respect that person. We should respect everyone. I'm just saying, even if you can't respect, we say Hare Krishna, Pranam. Krishna is there, and Bhishma, see, the Mahabhagavats, they are aware of the presence of Krishna in the heart. That's why they are called devotees. So we can reach their level or we can follow their footsteps if we at least learn to see Krishna like this. First way is energy. Everything is an energy of Krishna. Second, Krishna is as Paramatma. Third way of seeing Krishna is also very beautifully explained by Mahaprabhu in his instructions to Ramananda Rai. The gopis, when they are praying, this is again from Bhagavatam 10th canto. The gopis are discussing with each other how the plants, trees, creepers, flowers, fruits, they all are loving Krishna so much. See, when they are seeing the trees bend, they are thinking that they are seeing the trees are offering obeisances to Krishna. And like when the trees are giving honey, they are saying, oh, they are doing this for Krishna. So gopis are always seeing everything. The greatest Mahabhagavats are gopis. And they are seeing everybody serving Krishna. In the purport to that verse, Srila Prabhupada says that, I want to read that very beautifully. He says, gopis are always absorbed in thought of Krishna. So an advanced devotee sees everything as potentially serving the Lord. Like gopis are seeing everybody serving Krishna. An advanced devotee is somebody who sees everything is potentially serving Krishna. Very famous verse from Nectar of Instruction, Prapanchi Kadaya Buddhya Hari Sambandhi Vastuna Mokshu Prityago Vairagyam Phalukati. We cannot reject anything. Everything can be used in Krishna's service. So the gopis saw plants, creepers, fruits, flowers as somebody always serving Krishna. And when they are seeing like that, they immediately remembered Krishna. They did not simply see plants, creepers, trees. Like mundane person sees, they did not see like that. So this is the third way of seeing Krishna, seeing that everyone is somehow serving Krishna. But you will say, but I know this person is not serving Krishna. No, that means seeing everyone as serving Krishna or seeing everyone has the potential to serve Krishna. That is the same. Like the gopis saw. Like for example, we are taking prasadam. We are getting ready to go for some program. So I'm doing this to serve Krishna. Basically to see every moment, everything. See Mahabhagavat, pure devotees, see everyone is serving Krishna. They see everybody is devotee except themselves. But we are Madhyam Adhikari, we have to become. So we have to see distinction. But we have to eventually understand how trees, plants, others, they're all serving Krishna or they have the potential to serve Krishna. So therefore, we have to learn to see Krishna like this. This is the third way. Is that okay? What are the three ways of seeing Krishna? Energy. Second, as Paramatma. And third, is serving Krishna. Like when we get money, we say, for money we say Lakshmi. Money is called Lakshmi, consort of Narayan, right? So we connect money to God because that is used in Krishna's service. We don't say Paisa Lao, Lakshmi, Lakshmi bolte. So money becomes Lakshmi because Lakshmi is serving Krishna. So like that. This is the three ways. And the fourth way we can see Krishna is Mahaprabhu is telling Ramananda Rai, Radha Krishna Tomara Mahaprema Hoy, Yaha Taha Radha Krishna Tomara Surai. Mahaprabhu says, you are an advanced devotee, Ramananda Rai. Your heart is filled with ecstatic love for Radha and Krishna. Therefore, whatever you see anywhere and everywhere, it triggers and it awakens Krishna consciousness. Which means the fourth way of seeing Krishna is basically seeing everything as a stimulant to remember Krishna, which is called Uddipa. See, when gopis see tamal tree, it is blackish. So immediately they remember Krishna. They go and embrace the tree, thinking this is Krishna. When they see a dark cloud, they think this cloud is reminding them of Krishna. When they see lightning, they see this, that reminds them of Krishna's clothes. When they see a peacock feather, they remember Krishna wearing that peacock feather. So whatever an advanced devotee, whatever he sees, it triggers remembrance of Krishna in their heart. So we have to learn, like I learned this game from Amarendra Prabhu when I went to his house in Atlanta 2 years ago, 2022, 2023. So we played a nice game. For 3 hours we were playing that game. Krishna game, seeing Krishna game. So Adigadadhar Prabhu, his son, Amarendra Prabhu, myself, and Amarendra Prabhu's wife. 5-6 of us are playing this game. So one person will say some any object, random object that you are able to see. And then everybody has to give some Krishna or scripture connection with that. Something that helps you remember Krishna. So he saw some net. So then he said, okay, net. I mean, net ke upar sabko bolna hai. But then everybody, I remember Bhaktivinoda Thakur's bhajan about Maya Jale and all that. I spoke something for 2-3 minutes. Then somebody spoke something. So then sabko chance aayega to choose an object. So like, it's very beautiful, it's so absorbing. You're forced to think sometimes. Like Prabhupada Mataji, whose lecture I was hearing, she was a teacher at Mayapur Gurukul for many years. So what she does, she takes all the children. Next 1 hour, you are going to see Krishna everywhere. Take your paper and pen. So they all take paper and pen. Nobody will talk. Now we will go on a walk. So she takes them on a walk to Ganga, Gurukul, Goshala. They come, vapor, come back. Everybody is quiet. And after 1 hour, when they sit down, they have seen Krishna in so many ways. All children. The one child says, Mataji, when we were going there, we saw this log of wood. So I remember Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra was made from that log of wood. And somebody saw one boat. Mataji, we remembered this Krishna's boat pastimes in Yamuna. At Mansi Ganga, he's having this boat. So everywhere they are trained to see Krishna. This is called Uddipan, creating triggers or remembrance of Krishna. Actually, now if we are really looking for Krishna, you will see. The problem is you're not looking for Krishna. See, if you really look for faults in others, will you see that fault or not? If you really want to see good in others, will you not see good? देखेगा ना? तो उसी प्रकार, if you really want to see Krishna, you'll see Krishna. हमारा desire नहीं है. Because Krishna can show himself through anything and everything. Krishna can show himself through ordinary events in our lives. 6th chapter of Gita, beautifully Krishna says, Yomam pashyati sarvatra sarvam chamai pashyati. Tasyam na pranashyami sachamena pranashyati. I am never lost to a person who learns to see me everywhere and everything in me. So the result of this is then Krishna will become attentive. Just like if we are attentive to Krishna, Krishna will also become attentive to us, to our needs, to our desires. Krishna will reciprocate, will protect us, and we will never get bewildered. 7th canto, there is one prayer by Prahlad Maharaj in the 7th chapter. Very, very clearly says, the goal of life is to always see Krishna everywhere. That is a very clear says. In this material world, to render service to Govinda, the cause of all causes, and to see him everywhere is the ultimate goal of life. Only goal of life. To see Krishna everywhere is the only goal of life. See, we want money, good husband, wife, job, all that we want, house. That is the goal of life. But Prahlad says the ultimate, everything else is accepted only to the degree that it helps us support in pursuing this goal, which is to see Krishna everywhere. Of course, we are not on that level, but then at least we should learn, we should desire to reach that level. And then we'll have to practice. Like, okay, you all took darshan of deities. What is the color of the dress? Learn to see Krishna, it is in Krishna. कम से कम भगवान को तो देखो. See, I know the color because I was dressing today. So tomorrow you ask me, so I'll be caught. See, this is a very important point, learning to see Krishna in day-to-day life. Because we are amnesia patients. There was a movie many years ago when I was not in ISKCON. I remember this hero falls somewhere, he forgets everything. So they try to remind him. So they say, "Tera ghar hai, ye tera wo hai," and he's not. Then he's getting electric shock also. Similarly, these bhajans we hear, all this seva we do, when we make garlands for Krishna, all this is to give us a feeling and remind us that, oh, this is what we were doing in the spiritual world. And if you don't learn our lessons, if you don't remember, then material energy is giving us electric shocks. She'll keep giving us Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautik, Adi Devik flesh. So therefore, we have to learn to see Krishna. So what are the 4 ways we can see Krishna in our day-to-day life? First is energy of the Lord. Second, as Paramatma in everybody's heart. Third, serving. Everybody is either serving Krishna or they have the potential to serve Krishna. And the 4th way is everything is a stimulant or everything should help us awaken our remembrance of Krishna. Like I'm just giving an example. 3 days back, one very famous singer came to temple. He wanted to come to temple. So we were searching for Gaur Gopal Prabhu. He was busy. So then they told me, अच्छा प्रभु आप मिलना उसको. मैंने कहा ठीक है, बहुत लोग आते हैं उसको भी मिल लेंगे. नाम क्या है? They said Chris Martin. So I said I don't know who he is. तो मैं लोग इंटरनेट में देखते हैं, देखो अरे 330 crore views one video. And then I went to Wikipedia. तो बहुत बड़ा आदमी है. But मेरे लिए he was ordinary. Because till that point of time I didn't know anything about him. And then I asked some of my friends, some of my students I know from, who are really not. Oh, Prabhu, you're so fortunate you're meeting him. Prabhu, they couldn't believe. Of course, I didn't meet him. वो मेरे को बहुत stress होता था. Fortunately, Gauru came back. He did the needful. So now, then I went to the internet. I saw he's got vibhuti. He's got some shakti, which is Krishna. The talent, that ability to sing and mesmerize people's hearts. And Justin Bieber, Gauru told me one of the famous singers. Justin Bieber, 330 crore views for one 3-minute video. मतलब planet का आधा population में उसको देगा. तो क्या विभूति होगा, क्या कर्मा होगा, ये कृष्ण से आ रहा है ना वो शक्ति, वो गाने का. So some people see like that as Krishna, but we see that as Krishna, but I also see Krishna in, I have got 3 very favorite speakers. अपने माधवानंद प्रभु भुवनेश्वर के, गोस्वामी महाराज है, प्रभुपाद प्रेमानंद जी, सब लोगों का लेक्चर सुनता हूँ. Their views for their videos are 230 views, 330 views. Uploaded 3 years ago. तो उनका वीडियो का 330 views है और ये क्रिस मार्टिन का 330 crore views है. Both of them are, there is Krishna in both. But I am attracted to the Krishna, direct Krishna Katha of these devotees. I don't want to see Krishna only in an impersonal feature. Because ये चमक दमक है, material world का है ultimately. But we want to transcend this. But Krishna is there. Krishna is there in this world to such talent, unbelievable talent. Then I saw the videos of his performance here in Divai Patil Stadium, and the way people are screaming, yelling, people are paying lakhs of rupees to go. मतलब क्या शक्ति होगा? But if we don't learn to see Krishna through the beautiful words and instructions of these devotees like Madhavanand Prabhu and Amarendra Prabhu, their katha, then we will be trapped in this world only. Like again take birth, again have fan following, again go through all this. So we want to appreciate Krishna here, but we also want to see Krishna in his personal feature. See you every day morning. I visit this ISKCON Vrindavan and ISKCON Mayapur for Shringar Darshan. After our Guru Puja, everything. And it is amazing. January, it is so cold. In Vrindavan, 2 degrees, 3 degrees. And the pujari without woolen clothes, just shawl, he's doing arti. और इतना blissful है. और लोग पूरा स्वेटर ये वो लगा के दर्शन कर रहे हैं. बड़े प्यार से मायापुर में भी you see people are running. Panchatattva is getting darshan. It's so cold in winter. So that when you see, and then you see in 1 hour, some 5,000 people all over the world of ISKCON have seen that video. 20 people have commented also. मतलब कितने अट्रैक्टिव है हमारे कृष्ण की ये कलयुग में. कितने दुनिया भर से लोग दर्शन कर रहे हैं पंचतत्व, राधा माधव, प्रभुपाद समाधि वृंदावन में. इतना ठंड हो, the floor also they put it as red carpet because it is very cold and you can see there is no light also morning there. And still people are running to take darshan. When we see all of this, our faith increases. So we have to learn to see Krishna in directly Krishna conscious activities and also see how it can increase our stimulant, how it can, we can learn to play this game like this and practice it, learning to see Krishna through our day-to-day activities. Also, and then slowly we'll come to a stage where we'll be able to see Krishna through our own personal tragedies. तो लोग तुरंत बोलते हैं how to see Krishna in our tragedy. पहले कृष्ण को forget seeing Krishna in your tragedies. First learn to see Krishna in your good things in life. First learn to see Krishna in the deity form. Then our life also Krishna will reveal how this is Krishna's arrangement only. Hare Krishna. Because the day you are comfortable in your own skin, the day you know that you are fallen but still you are happy. That is the day you have seen Krishna. Most of us most devotees hate themselves. they live in shame, they live in inadequacy. That means they are not feeling fulfilled. A happy devotee who is seeing Krishna, experiencing Krishna is, bhai, hum to hai, nalaik hai, but Krishna, my worth is not determined by what I do or what I achieve. My worth is in who I belong to. I belong to Krishna, and Krishna is wonderful. So when I start deriving my worth from not my work or achievements, but from who I belong to, then we have seen Krishna. So let us do this. So this is the conclusion of Bhishma's prayers. Next week we will complete the remaining verses from this chapter. Next week we'll complete the 9th chapter. And we'll also have a quiz on this 42nd verse, which we studied today. Thank you very much for your participation. Dantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.